Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Bacon Bets podcast. A little bit of a new format now that the NFL season is over and my vacation is over. We're going to change things up a little bit. We're going to try something new, and that is uploading an episode every single morning, Monday to Friday. I shouldn't say every single morning. Monday to Friday. I'm not going to wake up early on the weekends, but I'm going to give you my best bets for that night, whether it's in the NHL, whether it's in college basketball. Maybe I'll dabble in some NBA, some PGA. You will get my very best bets every single morning. I'm going to try to get it up by 7 a.m. so it's there ready and waiting for you when you wake up. Maybe you want to listen to it on your way to work while you're getting ready. And also, there is now a video version of the podcast, which if you're on YouTube and you're staring at my face right now, then you already know this. But yes, I will now be uploading the video versions of these episodes to a channel I just started, the Bacon Bets YouTube channel. So if you're on it, subscribe to it right now. If you're listening to the audio version of this episode, go on YouTube right afterwards and subscribe to help me out. That'll be awesome. And I try to keep these episodes short and sweet, 10 to 15 minutes. I'm going to give you my best bets for the day. Now, I will admit, for the first episode, I'm recording this the night before. I'm going to try for the most part to record them first thing in the morning so I can get you the latest and most up-to-date lines. But in some cases, it's going to be the night before, including this case, because I need to make sure I can get this uploaded on time and exactly what the process of uploading a video to YouTube will be, which I'm not familiar with. So I'm filming this the night before. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you my picks. I'm also going to give you what odds I would play the bet up to. So if you're listening to this late and the odds have changed, you'll know my opinion based on the latest line. And now, for the first time ever, the name of the Bacon Bets podcast makes sense. Because I will be, and maybe you will be while you're listening to this, eating some bacon because it's going to be breakfast time. So yeah, I need to start waking up early now, so that's going to be an exciting little trip. See if see how long this will last. This might last 1 week, and then I might give up. I'm not a morning person. We'll see how this goes. But like I said, for the first episode, I'm recording this Sunday night. Coming off a week of vacation, excited to get back to work, back into the to betting on sports day in and day out. So let's get into it. I got 4 bets for Monday night. We may as well start right off the top here with a President's Day afternoon matchup in the NHL between the Ottawa Senators and the Boston Bruins. I got to stay on brand here. If I'm going to start this version of the show, I'm going to give you guys a big underdog. I'm going to take the Ottawa Senators. I got them at plus 250. I will let you know what sportsbook I get these at, too. I got plus 250 at FanDuel. If you're watching the YouTube version of this show right now, then you are seeing that I got a nice little graphic there. Now, I hope to have a lot fancier graphics as the show goes on in the coming weeks, but we got pretty bare bones here. There's my pick. Senators plus 250 against the Bruins. I would play it up to, or I should say down to plus 230 once it crosses that mark. Or if it does, hey, maybe even the line will move the opposite direction. If it gets down to like plus 220, I think that's about where the odds should be at. Now, if you've listened to any of my shows or read my NHL Best Bets articles this season, then you know that I think the Bruins are overvalued in the betting market, and I'm going to bet on them often, as I have this year. And I'm going to continue to do that. You look at some of their advanced analytics over their last 10 games, 19th in Corsi percentage, 22nd in expected goals for. Now, they have played great defensively, 6th in expected goals against. But their winning is largely due to strong defense, strong goaltending, and great shooting. 4th in shooting percentage this season, 1st in save percentage. That's all you need to know right there. You can be shitty in all the advanced analytics that exist. If you can put the puck in the back of the net on your shots and then prevent the other team from doing so with a strong goaltender, you're going to do well. But we might see some cracks in their armor in those areas, specifically in shooting. They actually rank lower in shooting percentage than the Ottawa Senators over their last 10 games. But yeah, this might be a flaw in my handicapping, but generally I think the underlying advanced numbers come back to haunt teams that are just good and rank high in shooting percentage and in save percentage. So I'm just not sold on the Bruins. Are they good? Yes. Are they a Stanley Cup contender? Yes. Are they, a top 3 team in the Eastern Conference? Yeah, I would say so, but I don't think, or I do think that they're being overvalued when it comes to the odds. Should they be favored in this game? Yes, but I don't think the game is priced correctly. So if you're looking for a little President's Day afternoon betting action, I kind of like the Ottawa Senators here. Got them at plus 250. Like I said, I'd play it to plus 230. This is always the struggle with giving out NHL picks either the morning of or, let alone the night before, is we don't know the goaltending matchup. Now, I assume for the Senators, it's going to be Mad Soigard, but the Senators have got some good play, some solid play from their young goaltenders who they've just tossed in recently. 913 save percentage in just a few starts by Soigard. 285 goals against average. Not bad. I need him to keep that up against the Bruins if he is, in fact, the guy in between the pipes. So, yeah, I like it up to plus 230. Let's take a shot here at an underdog. I'll take the Senators for my first bet of the day. Let's start this new format of Bacon Bets podcast outright with a big underdog winner. I got 2 more picks in the NHL. I also got a college basketball pick for Monday night, so let's move on. I'll just get the NHL picks out of the way here. Moving on. Penguins. I got them at minus 130 at BetMGM against the New York Islanders. Let me just switch the graphic up here. Ooh, fancy. Look at that. Ooh, transition. I would play this up to minus 145 here. They're 4-4-2 in their last 10 games, but I think they've been playing a lot better than their recent record. For example, in Corsi percentage, 3rd in the NHL over their last 10 games. Only the Flames and Hurricanes have had a better Corsi percentage than the Penguins. Now, the reason why they're 4-4-2 and why actually the record-wise they haven't been great lately is because they have not been playing well defensively. 3.73 expected goals against per game over that stretch. 3.61 actual goals allowed over that stretch. But I'm not concerned about that because they're going to get this Islanders team who I'm on record for the past, 3-4 years that I think this Islanders team is the most boring team in hockey to watch. They play like a modified trap. They're not good offensively. They have actually scored 2.74 goals per game over their last 10, but by their standards, that's as offensive of hockey as we'll ever see them play. They're boring. They're not good offensively. I think it's going to be Varlamov, their backup goaltender, in net for them, and if that's the case, that should help this bet even more. Even with Sorokin in net, I still like this. I think Jari is going for the Penguins. Once again, it's pretty rare that I'm going to know the confirmed goaltenders in these matchups when I give out this picks this early, but that's what we got to deal with betting on the NHL. So I like the Penguins. I think they've been hot lately despite their recent record. I think that record may be making them undervalued from a betting market standpoint a little bit. I got them at minus 130 at BetMGM. I'd probably play it up to minus 145. I like it that much. So give me Pittsburgh against the Islanders on Monday night. One more hockey play. It is the Winnipeg Jets. It is the New York Rangers, and I like plenty of goals in this one. Over 6, I got it at even money at Bet Rivers. I would play this up to minus 120. We might get a matchup between 2 of the best goaltenders in the NHL, and Igor Shesterkin and Connor Hellebuck. I think Halleck might play their backup goaltender. If that's the case, then I obviously love this bet even more. But the biggest reason why I like this bet is the Rangers shooting has been out of this world lately. I'm going to try to ride their hot shooting percentage, 15.96% shooting percentage over their last 10 games. That has resulted in them scoring 4.44 goals per game over that stretch. Now, the Jets haven't been as hot with their shooting, but they are creating some chances. 3rd in expected goals scored over that same time frame. Only the Panthers and Maple Leafs have been better in expected goals for over each team's last 10 games. So we got a hot shooting team, the hottest shooting team, paired up in a game against a team that has been creating opportunities, but maybe they haven't cashed in on all of those opportunities, but they could get a good chance if they go up against the Rangers' backup goaltender and Halak on Monday night. Even if it is Igor in net for the Rangers, I still like this bet. I just got to kind of trust the numbers here. It's obviously tough to bet an over and what could be a great goaltending matchup, but I like it here. I got it at plus 100. Even money at Bet Rivers. I would play up to minus 120. I'm seeing most sports books at around minus 110 as of late Sunday night. So there you go. Those are my 3 NHL picks for Monday night. I got Senators plus 250, play to plus 230. Penguins minus 130, play to minus 145 against the Islanders. Jets Rangers over 6 plus 100, play to minus 120. Probably the biggest game of the college basketball slate on Monday night I got to play for. Kansas, the Jayhawks against TCU. I managed to snag Kansas at plus 2.5, minus 115. That number has even come down to plus 1.5 as of recording this on Sunday night. But I do like it to plus 1. I think as long as you can get a point or some kind of points on Kansas, I think that is the play to make. Now, I know you're automatically thinking, Ian, TCU beat this Kansas team by 23 points earlier this season, so why would you take Kansas in this spot? If they lost by 23 points at home, why would you take them as only 2.5 or 1.5 point underdogs on the road this time around? I think we need to discount that game. I think that was an anomaly game for both teams. In that game, TCU shot 54.4% from the field, 53.3% from 3, and Kansas shot 39% from the field. I think that was an A-plus game by TCU. I think it was like a C-plus game from Kansas. I do not expect TCU specifically to be able to repeat that level of success, especially considering Kansas is actually the much better shooting team overall this year. 61st in effective field goal percentage. That number doesn't go down much on the road either. They've been a solid road shooting team. TCU 143rd in effective field goal percentage this season. So Kansas is the much better team. Also, both teams stick to 2-point shots for the most part. But Kansas has a much better interior defense. 50th in opponent 2-point shooting percentage. TCU is 100. Now, I will say TCU does do a great job of forcing turnovers and grabbing offensive rebounds, but not forcing turnovers is actually an area that Kansas has thrived in lately, something that they fixed. It was a problem for them early in the season, but over their last 3 games specifically, turnover rate of only 13.8% of possessions have resulted in a turnover. So considering they fixed that issue, considering they have a strong interior defense, they've been the better shooting team, I'll take them as underdogs on the road here. Like I said, I did manage to get a plus 2.5 at BetMGM. That went down a point. That went down a full point between when I started writing my notes and locking my bets and when I clicked record Sunday night. They're still up plus 1.5 as of recording this. Even if it gets down to plus 1, I still like Kansas. As long as they're getting a point or a couple of points, I expect this to be another close game. I'd much prefer being on the team that's getting a point or 2 points as opposed to the team that's laying a point or 2 points. Also, you should note that TCU, not a good free throw shooting team. 245th in the country in free throw percentage, so they could miss some free throws late if it is a close game. And screw ya if you're on the side of TCU. So there you go. Those are my plays for today. The official new format of the Bacon Bets podcast. I'm going to try to do this Monday through Friday. I'm going to try to get it up by 7 a.m. each morning so it's there when you wake up. I'm going to be a shell of a human being when I start recording these in the morning. This time, and the rare occasion I will be recording them the night before for various reasons. This time I wanted to make sure I knew how to upload a video to YouTube, which I've never done before. So Monday night, Penguins against the Islanders, Jets, Rangers over 6, Senators in the afternoon. I believe that's an afternoon game. I got them plus 250 against the Bruins. Of course, I Google Senators, and I'm getting U.S. Senators. List of U.S. Senators. Yeah, 1 p.m. Eastern puck drop. Now, of course, what might hurt the Senators, I didn't bring this up. Back-to-back game after playing against the Blues today, but I still like it. I think there's some value there. And then Kansas, I got them at plus 2.5, minus 115, but I like them at the current number of plus 1.5, even plus 1. I would still play Kansas for a little college basketball action on Monday night. Thank you so much for listening. Once again, like the video, subscribe to the Bacon Bets podcast on YouTube. Even if you're just listening to this, go over to YouTube, look up the Bacon Bets podcast YouTube channel, and subscribe to it. That would help me out a lot. Let me know in the comments your best bets for today. If there's some comments of some picks, and if they win, I'll give you a shout out the next day's show. How about that? So let's dive into it. Best luck with all your bets tonight. May Gambler, the gambling god, bless all of your plays. Good luck. I'll talk to you tomorrow.